Welcome back, Focus Learners. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today for what is going to be a highly strategic, deeply analytical masterclass explainer. Today, we are setting up the ultimate strategy to completely demystify Cambridge AS and A-Level Accounting 9706. Specifically, we are unlocking the closely guarded secrets of the preparation of ledger accounts. Listen. If you have ever felt like you are doing all the math perfectly, your numbers match up, but you still get your mock exam back and find yourself bleeding marks on the page, you are in the exact right place. We are going to look at this strictly through the lens of the Cambridge examiners themselves. As an examiner, I know exactly where students lose marks, and I'm going to show you the hidden constraints of these prompts. Grab your notebooks, clear your distractions, and let's decode this together.
Okay, let's dive straight into the high-stakes reality of this exam. 15%. That is not just a random number. That is the weight this single topic carries. The preparation of ledger accounts accounts for roughly 15% of your total marks in Paper 2. Think about what that actually means in the exam hall. That is a massive, highly concentrated chunk of your grade riding on one fundamental area. It is quite literally the difference between jumping up an entire grade boundary or falling short of your university requirements. So mastering this isn't just a good idea or something to skim over. It is absolutely, categorically critical for your overall success.
Here is our strategic roadmap for today's masterclass. We will build the theoretical foundation with core principles, map out the execution framework, unlock the method mark strategy, scale the assessment ladder with critical evaluation, and finally, review the top examiner warnings. Let's get to work.
Section 1. Accounting Core Principles. Let's lay the groundwork.
Now, what is really fascinating about this slide is that it comes straight from the principal examiner reports. Candidates referencing cross-topic connections achieve significantly higher marks. Let me illustrate exactly what this means by bringing in two scholars I was coaching just last week. We'll call them Alex and Sam. Alex is highly technical, an absolute machine when it comes to formulas and facts. Sam is the creative thinker, incredibly strong at broad arguments but struggles with structural precision. I gave them both a complex, high-tariff 15-mark sample question. The command word was evaluate. Alex treated it like an analyze question, just breaking down the ledger data mechanically, step by step, completely isolated. Sam treated it like an explain question, giving vague reasons without weighing the evidence. You have to understand the anatomy of command words. Analyze means you dissect the data. Evaluate means you judge the data, weigh the pros and cons, and make a decision. Explain is just clarifying why something is, but to what extent demands you argue how far a statement is true, acknowledging the grey areas. To get those top marks, you have to connect your ledger adjustments to depreciation, to where recoverable debts, to the overarching financial statements. If you treat ledger accounts as an isolated math puzzle, you severely cap your score.
Section 2. Technical Execution Framework. Let's move from theory to tactical application.
This brilliantly illustrates the procedural sequence expected by examiners. Going back to our peer study session with Alex and Sam, they actually had a massive debate over this exact layout. Alex wanted to skip straight to step 4, purely focusing on the factual execution of the numbers. Sam argued for a broader perspective, wanting to spend all their time on step 1, deconstructing the concepts. The truth is, unlocking those top-tier marking bands, what we call assessment objectives AO1, AO2, and AO3, requires all 6 steps in perfect harmony. Step 1. Deconstruct the question. Isolate that command word. Step 2. Extract data. Find the hidden constraints in the prompt, like a date change or a sudden shift in partnership ratios. Step 3. Select the framework. Step 4. Execute. Step 5. Verify your logic. And step 6, present it correctly. Alex and Sam finally realized that skipping any of these steps means you aren't actually answering the specific question Cambridge asked. You're just answering the question you wish they asked.
And executing that methodology requires absolute strictness. Accounting is a professional language. Examiners are ruthless about strict conventions. They want proper headings, correct terminology, appropriate formats, and clear annotation. Let me tell you, Sam lost 3 entire marks on a practice paper simply because the balance brought down wasn't annotated as balance BD on the correct side of the T account. You can execute the math flawlessly, but if you format the ledger incorrectly, you will lose those marks.
Section 3. The method mark strategy. This is the ultimate safety net. Okay, right before we solve the absolute hardest part of this ledger problem, I need to pause our session for a quick, crucial reminder. If you are serious about crushing your Cambridge exams and want a consistent weekly edge, you need to subscribe to the channel Ace the Exams IGCSE O and A levels right now. It's at acetheexam_IGCSE. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and enable all notifications by clicking the bell so you never miss a breakthrough strategy. Okay, let's get back to the board. So what is the method mark strategy? During our coaching session, Alex and Sam were drafting a model response, paragraph by paragraph, for a massive suspense account correction question. Suddenly, they hit a major roadblock. They miscalculated an accrual in the very first adjustment. Alex threw their hands up, thinking the entire 15 marks were gone because the final suspense balance would be wrong. I had to step in and stop them. I said, look at the marking scheme. Cambridge examiners award marks specifically for the process. This is the cognitive strategy to get unstuck. You don't panic over the final number, you focus on demonstrating the correct logical steps. We rewrote their flawed section out loud. Instead of just writing a final wrong number, they meticulously documented their analytical execution, showing the formula, citing the original ledger balance, and explaining the double entry impact. Even with the mathematical error at the start, because they showed clear working, they secured 12 out of the 15 marks through method marks alone. That is a massive leap from a fail to an A-grade standard.
Section 4. Mastering Critical Evaluation. Let's ascend to the highest tier of marking.
Now we are entering an interactive workshop segment. I want you to actively engage with this. This table breaks down the exact framework examiners use to grade you. At level 1, we have descriptive answers. This is just regurgitating the given information. Level 2 is analytical, where you execute systematic steps and show relationships. But level 3, the evaluative tier, is where the elite scores live. Imagine I just put a complex source text on the board, detailing a company's decision to change its depreciation method, and I start a 60-second visual countdown timer. Your brain needs to immediately jump to level 3. You can't just describe how to calculate the new depreciation. You have to identify the limitations in the data they provided. You have to evaluate the alternative, what happens if they don't change it. And you must justify your final recommendation.
Let's do a spot the flaw exercise right now, based on these exact bullet points. I'm going to read you a poorly written student answer. Listen closely and try to spot the errors. The business should fix the ledger error by writing off the debt. This is good because it follows the prudence concept and makes the profits lower. Did you catch the flaws? First, it doesn't question the underlying assumptions. Is the debt actually irrecoverable or just doubtful? Second, it provides no alternative perspectives. What about the impact on liquidity? Third, the recommendation isn't evidence-based. It just states a generic fact about the prudence concept without applying actual numbers from the stimulus. To shift from a mediocre answer to a flawless, full-mark response, you must write, while writing off the $5,000 debt adheres to the prudence concept by preventing profit overstatement, we must consider the alternative that aggressive debt collection might still yield a 20% recovery. However, given the customer's stated bankruptcy in Source A, the limitation is that no future cash flow is guaranteed, therefore, writing it off is the most justified action. Boom! That is an evaluator's mindset.
Section 5. Top examiner warnings. Let's look at exactly how to avoid the traps.
We are now in the autopsy phase. These are the 3 traps set by examiners where students consistently bleed easy marks. Number 1, vague answers lacking specific details. Saying profits will change is useless. Saying gross profit margin decreases by 4.2% is a mark. Number 2, forgetting format and presentation standards. If it asks for a journal entry, give it journal format, not a T account. Number 3, and pay close attention to this one, generic answers not specific to the context given.
This is the ultimate examiner alert. Alex and Sam had their biggest personal breakthroughs right here. Alex realized that perfect technical math without business context caps you at a C grade. Sam realized that brilliant business context without perfect structural formatting caps you at a D. The golden rule is that every single point must be explicitly linked to the scenario. Let's synthesize this entire masterclass into 3 core memorable pillars. First, the 3-step question scan. Before you write a single number, scan the command word, scan the marked tariff, and scan the specific business context. Second, the paragraph balance formula. For every technical calculation you perform, write 1 sentence balancing it with a real-world business impact. Third, the last 5 minutes review checklist. Use your final 5 minutes purely to check for missing dates, missing balance BD tags, and formatting errors.
So, I leave you with this powerful question to challenge your study habits. Are your answers generic textbook facts, or are they deeply contextualized to the specific data provided? That difference is everything. Crushing Cambridge exams requires consistent, rigorous strategy.
Take these 3 pillars, apply them to your very next practice paper, and watch your marks completely transform. And remember, to keep mastering these techniques, you must hit that subscribe button for Ace the Exam's IGCSE O and A levels at acetheexam_IGCSE right now. Turn on that notification bell so you get every single exam hack we drop, and jump into the comments section below and tell me exactly what your target grade is for 9706. I want to see those goals. Keep pushing, stay focused, and I will see you in the next masterclass.